Hi guys, in this video we'll be talking about various viral diseases and their epidemiology. So before going into that, you need to know a little bit about the structure of the virus. So there are two types of viruses. So they can be either capsulated or naked viruses. So this is an example of encapsulated virus. So you can see the parts of this virus. This is the capsid covering of the virus, and then this is the genetic material present inside, and then this is an example of enveloped virus. So this is the envelope, this pink color over here is the envelope, and then this is the capsid lining the virus, and then you have your RNA, your DNA, your genetic material can either be DNA or RNA. RNA can be positive sense or negative sense. So that's how you classify the virus into DNA virus, RNA virus. In RNA, positive sense, negative sense virus. So those are classifications. So some of the important viruses are highlighted in this table over here. So the important viruses are your HIV, then herpes, and then filoviruses, hepatitis virus, herpes simplex, influenza, paramyxovirus, Epstein-Barr, paramyxovirus again, influenza virus, poliovirus, rhabdovirus. All those are the important variola virus, flavivirus, all those are the important viruses which you need to know. The various diseases these viruses cause are your AIDS, chickenpox, Ebola, hepatitis, herpes, influenza, measles, mononucleosis, mumps, pneumonia, polio, then rabies, smallpox, yellow fever. These are all the various diseases which they cause, and we'll look at these in a more general way, unlike the bacteria where we go in detail about each one of them. When it comes to virus, you need to know which system it affects, either the respiratory system or the digestive system, and what are the symptoms it produces, all of which is given in this table clearly. So we'll just go through the disease one by one. So AIDS is caused by HIV. It's sexually transmitted over here. It destroys the immune system of the host, and this decreases the number of CD4 cells, T lymphocytes, thereby making the host susceptible to other diseases, and a simple cold will kill the host. So moving on to chickenpox, it's caused by human herpes virus 3 or varicella zoster virus. It, the reservoir is humans. It is spread via infected individuals contact, that some kind of any contact with them. So there's no cure for this disease. It's rarely fatal, and there's an important vaccine for this. So again, Ebola reservoir is unknown. So it causes acute hemorrhagic fever, and then it attacks the connective tissue, leading to massive hemorrhage and death. So this is more popular in areas of Central Africa. Then hepatitis B. So this is a highly infectious condition which is transmitted via needle stick injuries or some kind of blood transfusion, or it can also be sexually transmitted. And this is a very prevalent condition, and there's a vaccine present against this also. So moving on to herpes simplex, this is again reservoirs humans, sexually transmitted disease. So it causes fever, blisters, and then it can also spread via infected saliva. There's no cure again for this virus. So then influenza virus, your normal cold. There's no vaccine for influenza. It's usually not fatal. It spreads via your droplet nuclei, and then it can come from various animals like pigs or bats or many groups of animals like that. Then your measles, this affects the children more common, and there's a very important vaccine present for this measles virus, your MMR vaccine. And again, it's not serious, but in if it occurs in adults, it's very dangerous. So mononucleosis, Epstein-Barr virus, again it's common in young adults. There's no cure, and this is actually a precancerous lesion. It might lead to formation of neoplasia in the future. Mumps or parotiditis, inflammation of the parotid gland, again contact with infected saliva, vaccine is present, your MMR vaccine. Then your influenza virus, your polio virus, pneumonia and polio. Pneumonia is your respiratory disease, droplet nuclei. Polio is a very important disease because it has been eradicated from most of the world, most parts of the world. it damages the CNS and can lead to paralysis. So it has an important vaccine. Again, there are two vaccines for polio. One is the oral vaccine, and another one is the injectable vaccine. Then rabies from wild domestic animals like dogs, foxes, wolves, raccoons, coyotes, and all those things. So it causes acute viral encephalomyelitis. It affects the brain. So you have some weird symptoms like hydrophobia, and you start behaving in strange ways. So that's about rabies. Then smallpox, again variola virus. Um, it is present in humans. It was a major killer in the past, but worldwide vaccination has completely wiped this disease out. Then yellow fever, it's transmitted via mosquitoes, again popular in parts of Africa. So mosquito bites it helps in transmission of this disease, and this disease has a peak mortality rate of 60% and it's prevalent in parts of Central Africa. So these are all the classification based on the genome present in the virus. So you have DNA viruses, then single standard positive sense, single standard negative sense, single standard negative sense. All these things we'll be looking in detail in the upcoming videos. I'll help you classify the viruses and then split them into which system they affect and then general points for each of those systems. We'll look at that in the next video. So the last part is important vaccines which you need to know. So for hepatitis, you have your inactivated vaccine. Influenza, again inactivated virus. Measles, live attenuated, yeah, MMR vaccine. Your polio or Sabin's vaccine is live attenuated. So polio salk is inactivated vaccine. So rabies, again inactivated vaccine. Your rotavirus is live attenuated. Your zoster, varicella zoster, chickenpox vaccine is live attenuated, and your yellow fever is again live attenuated vaccine. And usually you don't have very effective treatments for viral diseases. There are few antiviral drugs, but most of them don't work on few viruses because of their change in genetic makeup and different strains of viruses present. So this would be the basic introduction to the various viral diseases which you need to focus upon. In the upcoming videos, we'll just look at the most important viral diseases, how they are transmitted, the what kind of genetic material they contain, and then the important features with respect to prevention and control of these viral diseases. Thank you.